10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello and welcome to another Friday Fun Quiz. There was a quiz this week, midweek, a special what I like to call an extra quiz this week on classic adverts, adverts from the 70s to the 90s. If you didn't catch that, check the channel. 20 questions, just for fun really, more than anything, and a bit of a laugh at the old adverts, jog a few memories. Tonight we're going to be doing, as usual, the 50 questions. We're going to be doing 40 written questions and 10 picture round questions at the end, between questions 40 to 50. So, yeah, let's get started then. So, question 1, general knowledge. There we go. Niagara Falls is located on the border of which two countries? Counter's going down to the next question. A lot of people are still scribbling the numbers down 1 to 50 on a piece of paper when we start the quiz. I'd like to catch you out, keep you on your toes. So question 2 then. Which computer company was co-founded by Steve Wozniak? Famous company. If the quiz is going a little bit too quick for you and you're not quite ready, or you're still looking for a pen that works, that sometimes happens, just pause it. Simple as that. Just hit pause. We'll still be here when you come back, honest. Question 3. What colour of polka dots are on the King of the Mountain in the Tour de France? So, obviously, the famous yellow shirt for winning the Tour de France. But for the section that's the King of the Mountain, they also have a shirt. It's a white shirt with what colour polka dots on? Worth a guess if you don't know. Have you got a pen that works now? So question 4. Which London square would you find 4 giant lions? Hope you've had a good week. I've been on another lockdown week. Miserable. Question 5. In which video game did Lara Croft first appear? Which video game did Lara Croft first appear? If you're not sure, ask the kids. I'm damn sure they know. Question 6 on general knowledge. A group of crows are collectively known as what? We'll ignore the fact that I've spelled collectively wrong. It's a typo. Honest. You can tell I checked this quiz before we do it, can't you? It's not rushed or anything like that. That'd just be ridiculous. Question 7 then. Who wrote the book? I don't mean to be rude, but it's quite a recent book, if that helps. Question 8. Which music legend has a statue in Havana, Cuba? Question 9. The date of which annual event falls 50 days before Christmas? One who's counting on the fingers. And your last one on general knowledge. Which shoe designer is known for his red lacquer soles? So this shoe designer, he does lacquered soles, red lacquered soles on his shoes, which is kind of a bit of a trademark. I believe he does men's and ladies' shoes. Here we go then, round 2, TV and film. What is the name of Steven Spielberg's black and white film about the Second World War? And number 12 of 50. What is the name of the little dragon in the animated movie Mulan? Again, one for the kids if you're not sure. I think with this quiz, it really helps if you've got a family thing going on. So you've got grandma and granddad, mum and dad, and then the kids. That way you're covered on all years, all decades. Like, gives you more of a chance, he says. Question 13, I'm looking for some. Which actor was awarded Oscars for the films Glory and Training Day? Must admit I've not seen Glory, I have seen Training Day. Question 14. Who played the lead role in the movie Scarface, 1983? That's probably not one for the kids. Way before they were born, probably. You know you're getting old when your kids play classic rock or classic music and it's from the 80s when, you know, I always thought classic meant it was really old. Maybe it's us that's getting old. Which actor played Ebenezer Scrooge in the 1970 film Scrooge? Should have had that on the Christmas question, shouldn't I? Here's a good one. Who presented TV quiz Blockbusters between 1983 and 1995? Quite a big show back in the day, that. Used to enjoy that. They should bring that one back, I think. Why not? They brought the others back, haven't they? Not sure it'd be the same without this presenter. And number 17 of 50. Obviously on the film, TV and films. Which actor played the role of a famous fictional serial killer, Hannibal Lecter? We're looking for the name of the actor in the film, not the TV series. So 18, TV and film. In Only Fools and Horses, by what name did Trigger always call Rodney? Just makes me laugh thinking about it. They don't make them like that anymore, do they? Funny, I mean. And question 19. Who played Wolverine? So in the films, who played the character Wolverine? I think TV and film, on the face of it, it sounds like quite an easy category, but it's not really, is it? Which actor played the role of the most famous contemporary vampire? And to give you a clue, because that is quite difficult on the face of things, it's the Twilight movies that we're looking for. Who played the lead vampire in Twilight? Okay, that's the end of TV and film. Some of you might be happy about that. The round 3 is geography, and your first question is: which Turkish city has the name of a cartoon / hero / film character? Hmm. What is the longest river in Europe? Question 23 of 50. What country has the largest population in Europe? So, 24. In which British city would you find the National Football Museum? In which British city would you find the National Football Museum? So we're at the halfway mark, question 25. Where in London is the home of Serpentine Lake? Serpentine Lake. The new question is, how many time zones are there in the world? I know there's a few, but how many? Thing is, sometimes you don't know the answers, but when you do get the answer, you remember some of them. So you're actually getting cleverer as you're showing how dumb you are. That makes sense. In which country are the Angel Falls the highest waterfalls in the world? Sometimes you feel a little bit dumb, don't you, when you don't get many right. But then the next time them questions come up, you remember them. So you're getting brighter all the time. So I'm actually doing a bit of education here, aren't I? Best kind of education. Education while having fun. Usually works. Question 28. What is the only African country never to have been occupied by a foreign power? Most countries in the world have been ruled by somebody once or another, but this particular country in Africa has never been occupied by a foreign power. Which is the only one of New York's 5 boroughs to be located on the mainland? So which is the only one of the New York's 5 boroughs to be located on the mainland? Question 30. What is the capital of the American state Hawaii? Those of you who've watched Hawaii 5-0 should know this. There's a cat singing outside. I don't know if you can hear that. It's put me off slightly. So question 31, this one's on science and nature. Which website was founded by Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger? So quite a popular website, been founded by Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger. Question 31. What do dragonflies prefer to eat? When I saw this question, for some reason, which will become apparent when you see the answer, I kind of like the idea of having a few of these as pets. I'll explain why later. They eat something that's kind of annoying. Bit of a clue, that. See, how good to you. Question 33. What colour are reindeer's eyes during winter? Now, this isn't a trick question. You may not know that reindeer's eyes change colour summer and winter. So, what colour are their eyes during winter? Currently, my dog's running around the house now looking for this cat that's singing outside. Bonkers. Question 34. So, which insect, it can't fly, but it can jump higher than 30 centimetres? For the older ones amongst us, that's 12 inches. Or a foot. When we worked with my dad, and we used to give measurements in millimetres or centimetres, he used to always shout, "How many elephants is that?" Yeah, absolutely no idea. No idea what metric system. Question 35. Who was the inventor of the steam engine? How many elephants is that? Dad, if you're watching, you make me laugh. So question 36. Science and nature. What natural substance is the hardest? So question 37. Which device was invented by Henry Mill? And it wasn't a mill. Surprise, surprise. So what device was invented by Henry Mill? Question 38 of 50. Which chess piece shares its name with a member of the Crow family? Come on, you must know that one. Got to make some of them easy, haven't I? Which plant does the Canadian flag contain? Flag. Which plant or which leaf? Last one on science and nature. Who is the father of the atomic bomb? Who invented it? He invented it and then wasn't very happy with what we did with it. Not quite sure what he thought we were going to do with it, but after the attack on Japan, he was not pleased. So, new subject. It's the picture round. Everybody's favourite. Well, it would be if I weren't in the way. So what we'll do is we shall get me and we'll drag me over here out the way. How's that? A bit better, isn't it? So there you go then, the picture round. There is 10 questions and they are a case of who are they? So question 41. Who is that? That is two pictures of the same person, in case you're wondering. So who's that? So question 42. Who's that? Now, some of these, as soon as you see them, you're going to immediately know who it is. There's others you're going to be thinking, no idea. But trust me, they're all famous names. I expect some of you may even get 10 out of 10 in this section. Question 43. Who's that happy chap? Was quite pleased with himself, doesn't he? Question 44. Who's that? It's quite obvious it's a footballer, but do you know which one? One for the dads. As Peter Kay would say. Question 45. Who's that? Another happy fella. Obviously a picture taken when he was younger. But who is it? Question 46 of 50. Again. Who is that? And that's probably one of the more difficult ones, I think. I think looking at all the photos, that's not quite as obvious, I don't think. Question 47. Now, apparently this guy did a bit of modelling, and that is one of his modelling pictures. Well, I don't know who took that picture or advised him to lie on the fruit, but yeah, it's a bit embarrassing. Famous person. Who is it? That's how he started his career. I'm surprised he went any further. I bet the staff in Morrison's were fuming. Another difficult one. Famous person. Who is it? And question 49. That's an easy one. You'd all get this one. Who's that? I nearly give the game away then by saying something. Hard not to, innit? So come up then, your last question. So the last question of 50. Who is that? A few of you looking and going, oh, I know the face. Oh, who's that? So if you need to go to the toilet, now's a good time. If you want to try and discuss some of the answers, we can do that too. I think at some time in the future, what I may do, I'll just throw this up. I'm in the bottom corner. What we'll do is, in the future, when we get to the last question, I may pause on a screen with all the questions that are, in the smaller writing, obviously, to get it on one page. All 50 questions in a smaller, so you can, because I know when sometimes we're going through it, you can't quite think of the answer and you need to go back to it. So that's something I can do in the future. Just while we're on this page, as you can see at the top there, the Twitter and the Facebook. Don't know which one you prefer. Some people do both, but we're on both for the quiz. Twitter and Facebook, if you follow them or click on the page, just do a search for Sheldon's Fun Quiz. It's always good to be on there because you'll obviously see it on your news feed when there's a quiz uploaded. Obviously, we're doing one every Friday at 9 o'clock, but I sometimes put an extra one up during the week as well on a Wednesday. Like I said, there's going to be random subjects, just 20 questions during the week, just quick ones to do. And once I post them, obviously they'll be posted up with a link and everything on Facebook and on Twitter, so you know they're there and you never get to miss one. You can do them in your own time because they're there all the time. So let's get to the answers then. If you're not back from the toilet or you're waiting for somebody to get back from the toilet, just pause the video for a second till everybody's settled and we'll get on with it. So here we go then. The first round was general knowledge. Question 1. And now my head's in the way, I need to move again. So there we go. Niagara Falls is located on the border of which two countries? It is, of course, Niagara Falls. Who didn't know that? Question 2. Which computer company was co-founded by Steve Wozniak? It is, of course, Apple. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. He's the lesser known of the two. Obviously one of them people that don't like being in the limelight, maybe. It's not for everybody, is it? I'm sure he's got plenty of money, doesn't need the limelight. Question 3. The polka dots on the King of the Mountain in the Tour de France are red. It's a strange way of writing the answer, because I did write red, but because it's written in green, it kind of freaked me out. Don't know. I'm a little bit weird, yes. So question 4, the answer is Trafalgar Square, famous of course for Nelson's column. A very British thing, very proud British thing, made from Devon mined granite. Now originally the 4 lions, when they were originally made from stone, they weren't impressive enough, they weren't big enough. So these, what you see now, have been made since bigger. Question 4, of course, Lara Croft appeared in Tomb Raider, not just in a video game, but in a few films too. Question 6, a group of crows are collectively known as a murder. A murder of crows. Comes up in quizzes quite a lot, that. So you should remember it. So when you go on the chase and you're after the big money, you never know. Who wrote the book? I don't mean to be rude, but it was Simon Cowell. Mr. Very High Trousers. What size chest are your pants? Yeah, him. Question 8. Which music legend has a statue in Havana, Cuba? It's John Lennon. Surprise a few people, that not what you'd think. Apparently, Fidel Castro was a big fan of the Beatles. He wasn't on his own. Quite a few like the Beatles, didn't they? The date of which annual event falls 50 days before Christmas is Bonfire Night. Did you do the maths? Did you work it out? I bet there's a few put Halloween. Now, Christian Louboutin is known for his red lacquered shoes. He's obviously a Frenchman. Don't the girls love a pair of shoes? New shoes and they're happy, aren't they? Schindler's List is the name of the black and white film, but it's from the Second World War. He nearly didn't do the film because of the subject. He didn't want to get involved. Glad he did though. Good film. Brought it to a lot of people's attention. And Mushu, which is voiced by Eddie Murphy, is the little dragon from Mulan. Question 13 is Denzel Washington. He got Oscars for Glory and Training Day. Good actor. Al Pacino. Scarface from 1983. Don't know why, but Alexa's just kicked off going on about Scarface. You might not be able to hear that, but a bit creepy when Alexa does that, isn't it? Just kicks in and starts yapping away for no reason whatsoever. The actor that played Ebenezer Scrooge was Albert Finney. Yes, it was Alexa. Stop butting in. Who presented TV's quiz Blockbusters? It was Bob Holness. And if you could remember the famous saying that everybody that went on the programme, everybody that went on, can I have a pee please, Bob? Very childish jokes, but still laugh though, don't you? Anthony Hopkins played Hannibal Lecter in the Silence of the Lambs films. Unbelievably, the part of Hannibal Lecter was handed to Sean Connery, first of all. He read the scripts and said it was disgusting. It's revolting. But didn't take the part. Probably live to regret that one. Now, for some reason, Trigger always called Rodney Dave. Bit strange, but yeah, it's Dave. Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman. Of course it were. Robert Pattinson played the part of Edward Cullen in Twilight. And believe it or not, there's a Turkish city called Batman. There's actually a Batman River as well. Imagine living there. Where do you live? Batman. Awesome. The longest river in Europe is the Volga River. And flows through central Russia, southern Russia into the Caspian Sea. Don't know why I said sea like that. Sea. What country has the largest population in Europe? Now, there's a conflict here. So if you've put Russia, you can have that as well. I think the question should have been worded, what's the largest population in the EU? Which would be Germany. But I think Russia's 140 million, something like that. So either Russia or Germany, you get a point. So kind. In which British city would you find the National Football Museum? It's in Manchester. Well, Serpentine Lake is in Hyde Park. You didn't have to think too hard for that one. It's not in Trafalgar Square with the lions. And quite obvious when you think about it, this one. There's 24 time zones in the world. If you didn't know that, you do now. Venezuela. Angel Falls, the highest waterfalls in the world. Quite an impressive sight. Liberia is the only country that's never been occupied by a foreign power. It's quite impressive. Obviously doesn't have any oil there, does it? Otherwise the Americans would have been in, wouldn't they? What is the only one of New York's 5 boroughs to be located on the mainland? It is the Bronx. And question 30. The last one on geography. Like I said, if you're a big fan of Hawaii Five-0, the TV show, you should have got that one. Honolulu is the state capital of Hawaii. Wikipedia. Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger. Seems so obvious now, doesn't it? No? Maybe not. Now, this is what I was saying before. Dragonflies, they like to eat mosquitoes. I think we need more dragonflies, don't we? I mean, if you sat out having a beer in the garden, or a barbecue, or both, what would you rather have flying around? Mosquitoes or dragonflies? I think I'm going to have to get a few pets. A reindeer's eyes are blue. Now in the summer, their eyes are brown. But then in winter, it goes dark early. And they change to blue because it helps them see in the dark. Also attracts the girls. Question 34. It's a flea. Quite obvious really, that one, isn't it? James Watt was the inventor of the steam engine. So much you could say about that. And a diamond is a girl's best friend, but it's also the hardest substance, naturally. Henry Mill invented the typewriter. And now we're all using the same keyboards. I wonder if the keyboard layout were the same when he first did it. I wonder if it went A, B, C, D, E. That's another question. Question 38. The rook is a member of the crow family, and it's also a piece on a chessboard. Or a pawn. 39. The maple leaf plant is on the flag of Canada. Of course it is. Robert Oppenheimer is the father of the atomic bomb. A lot of people, there is a myth that goes around that says that after the bombs were dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, he committed suicide because he was so disgusted and upset at what he'd done. It's actually a myth, is that. He died of throat cancer in 1965. Just thought I'd throw that in there. So here we go. Look at that. It's a Dell. I'll just get myself out of the way again. I need to make myself smaller as well. Things you do, eh? Yeah, Adele's lost loads of weight. It's amazing, actually. She must feel great, honestly. Fair play to her. I don't know what diet she's on, but it's a cracker. Look at that, it's Billy Connolly. Did you recognise him without the beard? Funny man. The big yin. Conor McGregor is number 43. Again, did you recognise him without the facial hair? David Beckham, that's probably the easiest question on the whole quiz. Quite easy, that one. Who didn't get that? If you didn't get it, get out. You're bad. 45, look at that. That sweet little face. It's Declan Donnelly of Anton Deck fame. See? So obvious now. And Eminem. Yeah, I think that's probably the picture round. That's probably the hardest, I think. Question 47. Leonardo DiCaprio is selling fruit or crushing fruit. You do that in our house, my mum would slap him round the head. Not that we ever had that much fruit on our table, but if we did. Question 48 is Madonna eating a goldfish. Whatever floats your boat. 49. It is Mr. Garlic Bread himself. Everybody in it, spit in. It's Peter Kay. Now the last one is my favourite. I wonder how many people didn't know this. Because this one is... That is the Queen. Queen Elizabeth II. Yeah, you put the crown on. Put the crown on, she looks totally different. Looks very nice in that picture, I must admit. So there we go then. That's your 50 questions and your 50 answers. Leave a comment. Yeah, we'll go into the comments and give us an idea of how many you're getting right or wrong. If there's anything about the quiz that gets on your nerves, of course, let me know. If there's something you love about it, I don't mind a bit of a compliment. That'd be nice. Yeah, just get in touch, leave us a comment. No matter what you've got to say, I'm sure we'd like to hear it. As I said before, get yourself on Twitter, get yourself on Facebook, join the pages on that, and then that way you get facts and things. The random facts will be thrown up during the week that you can look at. Questions, just one question at a time over every day, something like that. And of course, the videos when they hit YouTube are advertised on and the link is on Twitter and Facebook. So if that's the way you like to travel, yeah, go for it. And keep your eye out for the midweek quizzes that I'll be throwing in. I'm going to do a few of them, I think, over the next couple of months, and try and get more videos in the channel as possible. Like I said, we've not been doing this that long, so one quiz a week, it's going to take a while to build a collection up. By the way, that's the other thing. If if you've only just joined us and you've missed a few of the quizzes, they are still there. Go to the channel, bring them all up, and you can do them in any order you like, as many times as you like. So yeah, make use of that. And obviously let friends know they can do the same. So that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you again next time. Thank you.